Hey everyone, my name is DM Harrison and welcome to my YouTube show called DM Does Everything. And today we are going to be making dog food. Yes, you guessed it, dog food. That is why we have some beef right there. We have some beef heart right here. And we also have some beef kidney right here. Also, we will be adding some broccoli and some carrot, along with some kibble, because I had like 50 pounds of extra kibble and I'm slowly weaning my dog from just kibble to raw dog food. Now I've already made a bunch of this stuff up, which I'll show you in a minute, but first we'll get there and we'll do the basics. So first thing I do is I get my big meat cutting knife and I take my London broil, which I bought for under $3 a pound at Vaughn's. Thanks Vaughn's and the Vaughn's card. And I'm just going to cut it up into little bitty pieces that the dog can swallow. Did you know that dogs weren't necessarily made to chew? They don't chew on stuff. They swallow in gulps. So, in the wild, they tear it apart and swallow in gulps. But since we are no longer have wild dogs, they don't get to do the tearing of flesh anymore. So we'll make this easier. And by cutting it up, makes it easier to weigh and figure out. So I'm just going to cut this up real quick. It's just raw London broil from the grocery store. Put that in there, in this bowl, right there. And here is a beef heart, half of a beef heart. Blood is just slowly oozing out of this thing. And we are going to cut that up as well. And you ask yourself, I know what you're asking, where did you get a beef heart? Did you go out and kill a cow and like Dances with Wolves, cut the heart out of a buffalo? No, I did not. Where you get beef hearts and organs and feet and stuff like that, brains, whatever you want to get, you can get those at Mexican markets. You're not going to get them at your Vaughn's or Whole Foods, believe it or not. So we're just going to cut that up into chunks. We'll put that back in the bowl right here. We got some chunks of that right there. And then here's some kidneys right here. You get that? Beef kidneys. Now this isn't a lot. We're just going to do the shortened version of the video. So we just cut it up into chunks. And that's it. Really not that hard. Now there's also other ingredients that you can add to your raw dog food. But I don't have those ingredients, and so we won't talk about them. So there. And we'll just put that back into that bowl, like so. Get every little piece because it's a dog and he loves it. He doesn't care if it's dirty. Now we'll take some carrots. Apparently carrots are good for dogs. Actually, I don't like using this knife. This is my meat cutting knife. I prefer my vegetable cutting knife. Why? Because I have a lot of knives and why just use one of them? So just going to cut this up like so. Cut them up into small pieces. Hopefully the dog will eat the carrots instead of just going around them. Otherwise I'm going to have to grind them up into little bitty pieces so he eats his carrots. So we'll just take those carrots like so, put them off to the side right there. And for our last ingredient, well, second to last ingredient, broccoli. And we'll just cut the stalk up and everything. Hopefully he'll eat that. We'll just cut that up into little bitty pieces. And the smaller with the vegetables, the better, because the dog will try to avoid vegetables. Because what being on earth tries to eat vegetables other than plant eaters? All of them. Kids don't like them, neither do dogs. So now we got all our ingredients and also have the kibble, which I showed you. I have a bunch of that in this 5-gallon bucket right here, like so. And we're just going to mix all these ingredients into this bucket. We got our London broil, we got our beef heart. I feel like Martha Stewart right now. And then we have our beef kidney. We just put that in there and we just blood and guts and all. And don't forget the broccoli, like so. And some carrots finally. La da da da! And we have a bucket of food. Now, I previously made about 2 hours worth of other recordings actually doing all this because it takes a while. The last thing we do is we just mix all this up like so. Now, I already got a bunch of this mixed. I have almost 5 gallons of dog food right now in this thing. And we're just going to get it mixed up, mix these last little bits up in here to make it nice and even. Ideally, when you're doing dog food, raw dog food, I like saying raw dog food. When you're doing some raw dog food, you do probably 80% of muscle meat, so that's the London broil. Another, I don't know, 10% organs and hearts and that kind of deal. And the rest vegetables. Why vegetables? I don't know. I'm not a veterinarian, but that from the research I got, that's what you're supposed to do. So, now, wash my hands real quick. Last thing to do is package it all up. And I'll show you one. So I have this scale here, obviously, scale. And we'll take a Ziploc bag. Now my dog is approximately 70 pounds. So that means he eats about 2 pounds of raw food every day. Since this is also mixed with kibble, that might be a little different. I'm not real sure. So what I'm planning on doing is mixing about 2 pounds of this every day. We'll just see how much that weighs. 1 pound 4 ounces. Not quite there yet. So we'll add that up. Just add, keep adding, a little less. That's probably it. Right there. How are we doing? Okay, we're at 1 pound 12 ounces. Now that's 1 3/4 pounds, which is fine for him because he's right around 68 pounds. So that'll be just perfect. And all we do, seal that up. And for our final product, we have 1 day worth of meals for the dog. Now what I do with this is I put this in the freezer, got a lot of bags of this in the freezer, freeze it, and every day I take out a new bag and I put it in the fridge. Simple. And by the time this one's defrosted, he's already eaten the one before. So it's really simple. This ends up costing about $3 a pound, give or take, depending on the ingredients that you buy, which isn't a whole lot more expensive than, let's say you just get some really high quality kibble. So I recommend doing this. I'm doing this for Ajax, the Great, because he has some severe allergies, and I'm trying to solve that. That's all. If you want the more detailed video, I'll post that on YouTube perhaps, I don't know. But it's about 3 hours long because that's how long it took me to do about 30 or 40 pounds of dog food. Hopefully that'll last a month or so. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time on DM Does It All.